you a mom? What about an independent, confident mom that also struggles but can keep it together because that's just how dope you are? You're in the right place. And I want to first give a shout out to all of our MILF moms that have been our #1 supporters since day one. I want to say thank you. We love you. You're on the top of mind.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Since we're actually introducing MILFs today, and I am the CEO, this here is our executive project coordinator. First, I want to hear a little bit about yourself before I get into these announcements. So, you're also a MILF. How many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids. I have 2 boys, 1 girl. They're all very young. The youngest is 1, and then I have a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. So my house is crazy. It's so crazy.
I could imagine, but oh my gosh, I love those days.
Yeah.
I love those days, but I know it's exhausting.
It is, but you know what? People, it's true. They're only going to be kids one time in your whole life, and it's such a short period of time. And so sometimes I'll take a step back and say, you know what? Yes, I'm going crazy right now, but this is not going to happen ever again. I'm going to just enjoy it and love it because, you're going to look back and say, where did the time go? Everybody says that, where did the time go?
Yes, no, it's so true. I love that. Well,
yes, I'm also a realtor, you guys.
Yes, an awesome realtor.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
So tell me about yourself. Let us know more about you.
So I'm actually a mother of 6. I have a 20-year-old, 17-year-old, 15-year-old, going to be a 12-year-old next month, and then another one's going to be 11-year-old next month, and our youngest is 5. So we are a blended family of 6. 2 girls, 4 boys.
That's amazing.
Yes. So
I love big families.
I love big families, honestly.
Big families.
I always knew I wanted to have a big family since I was a little kid. I've always loved kids.
You're so good with kids.
I am. I'm great with kids, but it's exhausting, and that's what it really inspired me to start the magazine and launch it. So I came up with the idea of M.I.L.F Magazine at the age of 18 years old.
Wow, so young.
I was so young. I was already a mom. I had my oldest daughter 5 days after my 16th birthday, so I was pregnant at 15 with her. And, for most people, especially having kids so young, I just feel like, it's a bad thing. And I don't recommend it just because you grow up with your kids. But honestly, my daughter, she lit this fire in me that just can never be put out. And I've always been so proud to be a mom since day one. So, just everything that I went through, I just feel like I want to be able to let other moms know that they're not going through things on their own. M.I.L.F Magazine, it stands for Mom, Independence, Life, and Family. So not the MILF that everybody thinks and talks about. I really want it just to be like a mom empowerment magazine. Single moms, how do you do it? Or how to keep the spice alive with your partner after having kids, workouts, recipes, just different things, how to overcome postpartum depression. And
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yes, and our last issue, we just actually interviewed somebody.
I'm actually going to ask her to come on, so if you're listening, you know who you are.
Yes.
Hopefully you can come into an interview with us one day.
Yeah, and that's such a brave thing to do, to be able to speak out on that, because most moms, they might feel like a bad mom going through that, but those are normal emotions that some moms go through. Everybody deals with different topics and different things, but I think that's a big one.
For sure. And to bring it to your point, I actually do want to mention that it's also a scary thing, and I think we need to shine a light on that, because women, because they feel maybe ashamed of being depressed due to postpartum, sometimes they can harm themselves. So we'll definitely touch upon that topic when that comes. But that's very important, and that's so good that you're able to. That what you're doing is opening this community to moms, of moms to kind of be resources for each other and to each other, and that's so special. I think it's just amazing. So I love that.
Yeah, so I just kind of want to bring to light as well, because a lot of people are kind of like, well, why the name MILF? A lot of people could take it as disrespectful, but honestly, I think it's such a good way to capture people's attention, and a lot of people know what the original MILF stands for, but I don't want the magazine to stand for that. I really want to
change the name.
Change the name. It's like a feeling like a confident mom, a sexy mom, because a lot of moms lose themselves after having kids. Like they're so tired to get ready, or they don't do their makeup, or they're at home all day with the kids. They don't even know how to interact with adults. And I know because I went through that when my kids were younger.
I'm going through that. Going through that right now.
It's like you lose yourself, but if you could just keep that confidence and you have a group of moms in your corner that are going through the same exact things you're going through, I think that's why it's really important to just give them that boost of confidence. It's a MILF, and it stands for stuff that we really go through. Moms, and we're independent because we do so much for our families, enjoying life and family. So,
for sure. I love it so much. I'm so grateful and thankful to be a part of this magazine.
Thank you. We're so grateful to have you a part of it.
Thank you. I know we're gonna reach the top.
Yes.
I just want to take a minute to answer some pre-asked questions that I had received over the weekend. And then I don't know if you want to read the second
for
one.
this one? Okay, so this one's anonymous, and it says, how does it feel to be a part of a platform that embraces beautiful mothers and kids? Honestly, we are completely honored to be a part of a platform that embraces beautiful mothers and kids. And by beautiful, I mean beautiful on the inside out. I believe that every mother, is beautiful. They each and every single one of them has something unique to offer within the magazine. So it's not just like hot moms or nothing like that, At the end of the day, it's just moms in general. There's each mom can bring so much value. We're all dealing with different battles. Like I said, some of us may be dealing with postpartum depression. Some of us may be single moms and succeeding, or a single mom trying to figure out how to succeed and make ends meet, or a mom in a relationship. There's so many different things that people can bring, mothers can bring value to, and their kids,
Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing. And I think being a mother is one of the most important parts, the most important job in anybody's life. I mean, mothers are raising the next generation of men, and women, it's hard. And I feel like to just have that community and be a platform, like our listener said, I think it is an amazing thing to be able to bring resources together for anybody, even if there's certain things that we might not know, we can provide to each other and say, hey, look, there's this type of resource for women who are struggling right now and they need assistance. Here's that. Or, anything. It could be even something, a therapist or something. We just provide resources to each other. As long as this platform is here, that's what we're going to do.
Yes, no, absolutely. I agree.
So there's another question.
Let's see. So what are some of the biggest challenges you experience as a mother? And that's coming from Layla. Let's see. I will definitely say that depending on the age, there's different levels to the game, So, for example, the biggest challenges, it depends on the age. If it's a newborn, your biggest challenge is probably sleep. You're exhausted and you're just trying to, take a shower and bringing the baby inside the bathroom with a bouncer because you can't leave him by himself. Just doing your basic needs, as a toddler, you just want a break because you got to keep an eye on them as far as like them putting things in their mouth and running around and making sure they don't put things in the circuits, or what is that thing called? The blood?
Outlets.
Yes, the outlets. It's like
you have to have like spidey senses, like 100.
Oh, 1,000.
Yes.
School age children. As far as like making sure that they don't talk to strangers if they're playing outside, riding their bikes. I mean, true story. I actually, my oldest son, so he's 15 now, but at the time I want to say he was maybe like 11 or 12 years old. So my husband and I had went out of town, and at that time he was still my boyfriend. Actually, we weren't even engaged yet, and so my mom was babysitting the kids, and somebody tried stealing my son and putting him in the trunk of the car. So just
oh my
things
God,
like that. Like they literally, oh my goodness! I actually got the call when we just landed at the airport. And the police was at my mom's house. They were making a police report.
Was it Gabriel?
Yes.
Okay, so how did Gabriel get away? Like what?
So honestly, I'm not going to say it was because of me. Obviously, I was not there, but I always talk to them about things because that's always been my biggest fear.
Good.
You know, and you can't coop them up in the house all day. That's not fair to them, but you have to make them alert and aware. So he was riding bikes outside with his best friend that lives across the street from my mom's house, and Jaden, which is our younger son. And they noticed a car that had pulled up and pulled over, and he opened the trunk to his car and he went to reach to grab my son. And my son somehow managed to like hit him and get away. And he's so smart because he told me that he ended up running to the neighbor's house because he thought the guy was going to follow him to like his grandma's, which they're not allowed to get off the street. They have to stay on the street within like eye distance, you know, where we could see them. But he ran to the neighbor's house, and once he ran to the neighbor's house, the guy just like closed the trunk, got in the car, and drove away. So
wow, that is
really,
terrifying.
Really scary. So those can be challenging experiences. So that's what I'm saying. Different levels. You know, once they're in high school, you have to talk to them regarding like drugs and sex, and you know, these are real life topics that you have to expose to your kids, because if you don't, the world will. So it's important to teach them about all of that. And then as adults, you know, just, you know, driving, and it's a lot. It's like never ending. There's just levels.
Yeah, and also too, I feel like, of course, there's challenges that you go through with raising your kids, but then also that kind of affects your relationship sometimes with your partner. So you have to just make sure that you guys are always on the same page. And you know, I think for me and my husband, it was a little bit more about us learning to talk to each other privately instead of in front of them, because I think once they start getting older, they start understanding a lot, and they start questioning, like, are you guys fighting? Why are you guys, you know, and you don't want them to have that imprint in their mind of like their parents. So even if, you know, stress can be something that comes along with it when you're raising kids, you're stressed, you know, you have a lot of things that's on your mind and on your plate that you have to take care of to make sure their well-being is, they have the best well-being, you know? So, you know, there's a lot of things. And I think having a good support system too is definitely, and that's what our goal here is your support system. You know, you might not have much support, and you might have much support, but it's always great to have more. You know, more support. It literally
takes a village.
It literally. I swear, it's so funny. We go to our in-laws' house, and I'm just like, okay, the kids are yours.
Yes.
The uncles, the grandma, everybody's just helping you. I'm like, I love coming here.
Oh my goodness. I know, it's so true. Even with ours, like, you know, it's me, my husband, and then now our oldest, she'll be 21 in June, and my mom. And literally with us four, it's so helpful, because if we have something to do or appointments to run for our insurance business, it's so crazy because the pickup and drop-offs from school is brutal. Oh my goodness, I hate it so much because it's literally in the middle of a working day, and it's like, okay, or I could be cooking, getting ready, trying to book appointments, and it's like, it's so fast, it's so crazy. But even having, like, you know, our oldest pick up the kids from school, or my mom, and it's so funny because any of us, either my mom, our oldest daughter, my husband, or myself, any of us that has to go,
they're all an emergency card.
We're like, no, my gosh, we hate it. But you know, but it is such a privilege, because they could easily walk home, but I'm too paranoid, I guess.
No, especially after that incident. I can't even. I used to walk home all the time when I was younger in school. I used to walk so far, and I just can't, like, let my kids do that. I don't know why. I just can't. Nothing against, like, if you have to have, it's not that. It's just
your own personal.
My own personal thing. I'm my senses are so heightened for this type of what happened with Gable. That's what I fear, and I think, like, I just can't ever, you know, I just can't. I don't know. There's something about that.
No, I'm the same way. Even like with the oldest. I mean, I have let them walk to, like, after school with their friends to, like, Wendy's, because it's like at the street, or you know. But
they're like in a group. They're not going to separate.
In a group, and they have to have a cell phone and call me. And I'm that annoying mom. Like, call me every hour on the dot. Make sure.
And you don't call them. You're like, hey.
Yeah. Oh no. I'll literally rage if they don't answer. Like, what are you doing? What do you have a phone for? You know, but
so
it's
funny.
true, I am. And it's not, like I tell the kids, it's not that I don't trust them. It's I don't trust other people. So it's just for my peace of mind.
Yeah.
Call me paranoid, I
That's
know.
fair.
I am that paranoid mom. I can't help it.
Yeah, no, I think we all have a little bit of that paranoidness.
Uh-huh.
I do want to, there's another question that I almost skipped, but I found it from Sebastian LA 3075 from Oregon. He says, what is one goal you have accomplished as a mother? So this is a good one. It's a really good one.
Okay, that's a great question. So what is a goal that I've accomplished as a mother? I would definitely say my communication with my kids.
Oh.
It's so weird because my patience has ran out, but yet I have so much, if that makes sense. So when I was little, when the kids were little, I used to get so frustrated, you know, if they would get in trouble, you know, let's say they ate in the living room and they're not supposed to. I would be like, oh my gosh, like, go throw your trash away and blah, 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 you know. But I wouldn't really give them an explanation. So now I give them an explanation to understand. So for example, I still go crazy over that, you know, I still do. But now it's like, okay, so you know what it feels like. So you're gonna leave all your mess around, or you're gonna leave the dirty dishes in the sink. Now I'm gonna leave dishes in the sink, and you're gonna have to wash everybody's dishes.
Ooh, I love it.
You know, so
and then also, good advice.
Yes. And understanding them too, you know, at the end of the day, just because they're kids doesn't mean that they're battling their own, you know, emotions, even at school. Like there's so much that kids go through, and you expect them just because they're kids. It's like, you know, oh, you don't even know what stress is, but they do to their age.
Yeah.
So we need to be more understanding, you know, but definitely set boundaries and rules. So just give them a little taste of their own. Like when I discipline, I make sure to discipline and let them know why they're in trouble, not just because I said so. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair to them.
Yeah, that's true.
So I want to say that's probably one of my biggest accomplishments. I mean, it's crazy because there's, you know, like I said, there's levels to it. So I'm sure there's different accomplishments, but that's the only one that comes to mind right now.
For me, I think my biggest accomplishment, it's still a work in progress, but is patience.
Yeah.
I need to work on that. But also I think in more of a physical sense, me, you know, moving out. I think we were so comfortable and just so like free, we felt. But it wasn't free, you know?
Yes.
But in their minds at that time, we felt like, oh, this is great, you know, we have less to worry about, and this is good. But until we had my second, and it was getting a little bit uncomfortable, we made it work, and we pushed ourselves to do it, because, you know, I think you gotta improve, and you gotta grow. And
I'm so proud of you for that, by the way.
Thank you. Pretty big accomplishment. But we did it for them, because we know that we want them to have their own home, to feel like, you know, this is ours, and you know what I mean. It's
important.
Just,
yes.
Yeah. And I'm just so glad that we did that move, and now we're here, and it's been a few years now, and my kids are getting older, and I had my first daughter in this house. So
that's amazing. Oh yes. Well, you were living here at this house when you had her. Yes. Yeah. No, honestly, I want to add on to that too, because I would say another accomplishment as well is, you know, I recently, you know, got with my husband. Well, we've been together, next month will be 4 years. But previous to that, you know, I was a single mom for years. And that's something that I believe most moms, I won't say every single mom, but most moms have in them, is even if you're a single mom and, you know, living on your own, and just keep pushing through for your kids. You come through always for your kids, whatever their needs are, you know, either a field trip coming up, or new shoes, or back to school, Christmas, whatever the case may be. It's like somehow we have it in us to always figure it out. Even if we don't have it, we figure it out.
It's called the mama bear instinct.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, mama bears are like more fierce than the papa bears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we naturally just have that in us.
Yeah, we do anything for our babies.
Yeah, for sure. Even if it's like whatever it is I need to sacrifice to make sure my baby's happy, I will.
Yeah.
And I do, like, especially with, the situations given, it's like, I don't care. Like, I just want my kids to have what I didn't have.
Yes.
And not to say that my mom didn't give me what I needed, but it's
Right.
just what circumstances was she in, at the time, but that's
Right.
another topic. But yeah, so that's one of the accomplishments that I'm very proud of.
I'm so proud of you. Yes.
Thank you. We do have another question. This one's anonymous. It says, what is one thing you want your children to take away from your childhood?
Making memories.
Ooh,
Making memories is such a big one, to me.
What's your favorite memory from your childhood?
From my childhood?
There's many.
From my childhood
Yeah.
or my kids' childhood?
What?
From mine, I would probably say my dog. I had a German Shepherd. His name was Booch, and he was like my best friend. We would play outside all day, every day, and so my dog, and then also traveling. We used to travel a lot with my dad, go camping, things like that. So making memories and experiences, I think, was a big, big thing for me.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
What about you?
I think for me, this one kind of hits home a little bit because it's more of like my brothers. I think without them, and that's why I'm glad my daughter has brothers, because without them, I think my life would have had a different path.
Yeah.
And I would have had a different mentality. And I think my brothers definitely have shaped. We had, each other. With everything that like we've had to go through growing up, we have always had each other. Even if sometimes we were distance apart, we still like always knew we had each other. We were a phone call away, and it was definitely that bond that we have. Like we know how strong it is, but we don't have to like physically see it.
Right.
But we know that it's strong, and so I want my kids to have that. Yeah.
Yes. I love that.
I don't know. I think there's one more question.
Let's see here.
Oh, this one's for you, Carla.
Oh, this is
Or is
Layla.
it? Oh,
no, I think
yeah.
that one might be for you because I rarely do my makeup.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll take it. She says, I love the way you do your makeup. Any tips for young women just starting to wear makeup? So I would say don't do it. Just kidding. You guys have beautiful natural skin. Once you start wearing makeup, it's like an addiction.
Yeah.
You just want to do it all the time. But I think tips that I would recommend is definitely hydrate, moisturize.
Yes.
Keep yourself moisturized, but you want to stay away from products that have too many ingredients in them. With moisturizing, stay more natural, I guess. And then as far as like makeup, I would always and exfoliate. Make sure you exfoliate, because if you don't exfoliate, then the makeup that you put on your face won't look as clean and pretty and smooth and soft. So exfoliate and I think for now
I think that's great.
And makeup tips, I think honestly, I am not that great at like doing makeup, but I would definitely always bronze. Make sure you bronze. I think bronzing is important. For me, concealer and setting the concealer and lipstick, I think that's like one of my favorite things. But
I can wear no makeup and just lipstick and I feel fine.
Me too. That's what I do almost every day.
Yes,
if you guys see me, you'll see me with just like, I will do concealer because I don't want to look dead.
No.
But concealer,
I've seen you natural. You look great.
Thank you. But concealer and lipstick, that's definitely something that I don't even do my brows sometimes. I'm just like, lipstick and concealer.
I don't even know how to do makeup. I'm killer at lashes, and that's it. Like my what is it called? Concealer? No, not concealer. I'm sorry. I don't even know what it's called. That's how you know I don't. What is it?
Eyeliner?
The stuff that you put on your face.
Primer?
Yes. Foundation.
Okay.
Foundation, what's so crazy is I only wear it if I go out. I've noticed like when I'm washing it off, like it gets stuck in your pores. And I think that the people that maybe wear it every day, it'll start like maybe you'll have to wear it in order to feel like you, it's almost like a filter, for example.
Yeah.
For myself, it's so hard for me to take a picture of myself without a filter because I'm used to it. Same thing with the foundation. So if you're not used to putting on foundation, I would say just use it for special occasions. Don't use it as an everyday thing because then you won't be able to see yourself the same, almost like a filter.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, I don't honestly, I think what I do, especially in the summer months when it's hotter and you're more like greasy and sweaty, you don't really want to put all that makeup on. So what I do is I'll just, I'll put concealer, set it, some, lip gloss or lipstick, and I love putting on like a dewy moisturizer, and then just putting concealer and lipstick and maybe mascara, and I feel pretty. I think the older I'm getting, I know right now I'm wearing some makeup, but this is like rare.
Me too.
You're not gonna see me like this every day. But yeah, I think the older that I'm getting, I feel like the less makeup I want to put on, and the prettier I feel with less makeup.
Yes,
I
same.
know it doesn't make sense, but I promise you, I feel
it's so true.
I feel prettier when I wear less makeup.
Me too. And
Like,
not
to show
just
my
that, but
skin.
that style is actually coming back in. Like before, it was the big lashes. I still love big lashes. Don't get me wrong. But the more natural look lashes with the big lips, I think is looking nice. And and there's tricks to making your lips look big.
Yeah.
The way you color them in and stuff like that.
Oh, for sure. What I love to do is a pouty look. So you would put your lipstick, the darker like outer line of it, and then you kind of just put a lighter shade, a very lighter shade to kind of give you that pouty look. It's like an ombre effect on your lips. It's my favorite look.
I love the ombre.
It's like my signature look. I
Yes.
just can't do life without that.
No, I know. I love it. That's so true.
I hope you guys are enjoying our little pre-launch podcast.
Yes. And this isn't the official podcast. We definitely want to bring some moms on here to interview and ask questions about. So we'll have different topics, tons of topics to go over. So if you guys know of any moms that want to share their experiences, make sure to contact us through DM or through email. We'll have that in the details as well.
Yes, so yes, those will be in the details, but we do want you guys to go right now to Instagram and look up M.I.L.F Magazines and follow if you want to say your Instagram name.
Yes, it's M.I.L.F Magazines with an S at the end. Just make sure you write that down. And then my personal Instagram is at Carlita's Way 86. Carlita's Way with a K.
And mine is Naisa.Anise. Yes, and then pretty much that's how you can find M.I.L.F Magazines for now, and to stay updated on when the official podcast launch date is.
M.I.L.F Mondays.
M.I.L.F Mondays, yes. And we have an exciting announcement for the month of May, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And everything is going to be in the description box below this pre-launch podcast. I just want to make it clear, this is just a pre-launch.
Yes.
Not the official one episode
Not the
just
official
yet.
at all.
So thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much, guys. We
We'll see you
appreciate
soon.
each and every single one of you MILFs, and make sure you guys follow. The magazine is actually going to be launching in June, so we're super excited. If you guys know any MILFs that want to be featured within the magazine or on our podcast, make sure to contact us, and we appreciate each and every one of you.